There is this argument that happened on national TV between Bwala and Deji Adeyanju. Now they are two day your screen. Of course, you should know that the discussion was centered on Mr. President and his policies. Or not hear me. Omo, I could play on the video. Now inside that discussion, I hear say, make una remember say Tinubu been tell us say they subsidize Hajj this year. Hajj say na 90 billion naira. They want you subsidize Hajj. Now inside this discussion where I won't play for Onana, I go here say chairman of Hajj Commission thief 80 billion. They mapped out 90 billion for Hajj. The man where they in charge of Hajj, he thief 80 billion. So who you know can sponsor go the Hajj? The question will be at the ask now. If the Hajj now the thief money, the person where they in charge of the Hajj, he thief 80 billion. Now 10 billion when I use send people when I want send, make them go the Hajj. Una go here and inside that discussion. Una go also here and inside the discussion why I want play for Una. Say Tinubu is busy subsidizing governors because he wants to win 2027 election instead of subsidizing the economy so that it can benefit everybody. Una go here and inside that video. Then talk plenty things for there. Then talk plenty things. They don't know Bwala myself. I don't know whether na the Tinubu spokesperson. Na he be. I don't know. Deji. In the talk say make Tinubu return fuel subsidy. Make fuel price come back to 150 or 157. You wanna hear me? That Bwala they talk say where will government see money to subsidize fuel? Say every month government they pay $2 billion. Say where government want from see $2 billion they subsidize fuel every month. Deji Adeyanju call the answer say, oh God, are you okay? Okay, they don't get the money. But they have money everywhere, scattered everywhere to buy private jet worth 250 billion. Then get money to buy jeeps, thousands of jeeps, worth how much? Billy. And they have money to throw around and live expensive lifestyle. But they don't have the money to benefit the generality of Nigerians. They don't have the money. But if not to live expensive lifestyle, the money they to live. Make I not talk too much. They could help me watch this discussion on Top Live TV. When I go understand in total, because when I give another peripheral, but when I watch the discussion, when I go understand in total within these two people they discuss. And who you supposed to say, what else, sir? You try. Who among the two of them they talk the truth? I better make a allow when I watch this video. Be like I know they talk too much. Watch it. Come to the comment section and tell me what you think. We'll go watch them together. Let's watch together.
Unfortunately, Dan is now a spokesperson for the Tinubu government, and also
well, he has a right to support whoever he wants to. Just as you do,
the president
has a spokesperson, and you know I'm not.
It's a constitutional right. Now, speaking to the issues that he has raised, number one, why should the president continue to subsidize governors who practically loot our money? This is one of the issues we're raising. It's better to give the money direct to the people, direct to the economy, than to give to the governors. In the last 1 year, the money that was saved from subsidy, what have the governors done with it? Nothing, practically nothing.
But the president has a constitutional right to withhold.
So now the issue that we are discussing is that if you subsidize, you are taking the money that every nation in the world subsidizes products and services for their people.
Yeah.
Some nations even subsidize walnuts for their citizens. So subsidizing for the economy, you are trying to save the economy because we are dealing with extreme inflation. So when you subsidize for the economy, you are improving the welfare of everyone, not the welfare of the governors who receives the FAQ and they change the naira to dollar and put more pressure on the dollar. You understand? So you are subsidizing for the whole country. So that is number one. The president needs to put the interest of Nigerians above politics, Because if he's thinking about second term, he will continue to subsidize for the governors. That's addressing that first issue. On the second issues, is it not ironic that majority of our problems in this country is tied to corruption? But the EFCC that should have the maximum support of every citizen of this country does not have it. Because if we fix corruption, I will give you a simple example with Yahya Bello. Yahya Bello, who is currently
the former governor of Kogi State,
who is currently above the law, who no longer has immunity or enjoys immunity. Yahya Bello is free, walking the street, but protesters have been arrested here in Abuja and in other parts of the country, and they spent 2 weeks in custody for protesting. Their only crime is that they protested.
Yeah, it sounds like a travesty.
Yes, in Katsina, sir, in Katsina, protesters were arrested. They gave them summary trial in a police station. Then an adjournment was given for a month's time. So that means those protesters will be in custody for 1 month for protesting. But Yahya Bello walks free. Now you want to talk about issue of equity, because the idea of rule of law must be exercised impartially, and it must have general application. The derogations from fundamental rights enshrined in Chapter 4 of our Constitution, they are very clear. The circumstances for derogation, none of those circumstances is present as regards to the case of Yahya Bello. Now, why is EFCC not getting the support that it deserves? For instance, let me tell you something. People say, oh, Yahya Bello is above the law. No, he's not. It is the president that is shielding Yahya Bello. Because there is no way that a man will be alleged of stealing 80 billion. The EFCC has gone to court. The EFCC has a warrant for his arrest. They say EFCC attempted to arrest him. He evaded arrest. In fact, the EFCC can go to government houses if they suspect that a governor has changed federal allocation that he has gotten and he has transferred to dollar and he has stockpiled in government house. Because that's what majority of them do. With the money that Tinubu is saving from fuel subsidy, that's what they do, majority of the government houses. And the EFCC can go to the government house and confiscate the money. The immunity that the Constitution envisages is for the individual and the person of the governor. The stolen funds and looted resources do not have immunity.
Although there's a question mark, because when you haven't found someone, you haven't proven, I mean, to the point of, I mean, ineluctable, unquestioning doubt that the money is
the security agencies,
then it might be difficult to actually go there.
No, our laws are very clear on anti-money laundering. Our laws are very clear. If you are in possession of X amount of money as an individual, you'll be liable for money laundering. If you are in X amount of money, just for exceptional circumstances, thank God that Dan is a lawyer. He knows. For instance, you can say, oh, I'm a lawyer, you are exempted from the Anti-Money Laundering Act because, oh, client's money is in my custody, I can explain. Because the act says you must explain the source.
Right.
If a governor is found with $50 million in government house, the EFCC should confiscate the money, let him come and explain how
well, they can get a court order.
Exactly. That's what we're saying.
And impound the money until the thing is done. But they must give him a chance.
Yes, I was just about to round up. Furthermore, look at the Hajj Commission chairman accused of stealing 80 billion naira. 80 billion naira. In a nation that strives at hygiene, by now he will be arraigned in court. By now. Because the greatest way to show protesters that, yes, government is making efforts, government is trying to assuage their feeling, is that the president should not be getting on that jet.
Yeah. The optics.
The optics matter. Yeah. They matter. So now let me concede to Daniel. Okay,
Daniel, please.
I'm not aware that Bello is roaming in the street as he has said. Because I'm aware that Yahya Bello has been declared wanted by law enforcement.
And he's in hiding somewhere.
And that he's in hiding.
Right.
I'm also not aware that monies have been identified in any government house, because if they exist, this is part of the things I talk about. Protesters have to be organized. You launch your protest along that level. The government or the law enforcement will have no option but to do that. With respect to the subsidy, the federal government has been subsidizing actually. Prescription drugs, subsidizing in agriculture. You see a lot of areas subsidizing in transportation. In the FCT, since the launch of the rail system, you say from here till December, they are not going to be collecting money from people. then there are many other areas the federal government is looking to subsidize, and that's the belief of the president, that fuel subsidy benefits cabal and rackets.
What are they subsidizing exactly in agriculture? Because we've heard a lot of farmers complaining about fertilizer, for
They give
example.
them for seed, they give them fertilizer.
They're saying that fertilizer used to cost 15,000 naira.
Yeah,
now it's costing 50-something thousand, and we're not seeing the subsidy.
That's the subsidy of fraud that we're talking about.
Where is the subsidy?
There are subsidized fertilizers in the same way that you saw the other time when federal government said 50 kg of rice should be sold for 40,000 to Nigerians. It's like that. There are subsidies. Now, I expect that protesters and those who do investigative journalism to go and then find out whether these things don't exist. And then if they don't, then they can bring it to the fore.
But that's what I'm saying to you, that we've heard from farmers who have said that they're not seeing the subsidy. That we're paying a certain amount of money, which is a market rate.
Yes, in fact, recently Al Jazeera did an exclusive with us, did an exclusive with the farmer. The farmer said, just last year, fertilizer was 15,000, 15,000. Now fertilizer is 54,000, 53,000.
Yeah, well, he's airing something that has been aired previously.
Exactly.
That is the common.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me say something. So this is what we welcome.
Yeah.
This is what government welcomes. Citizenship engagement.
He's in government then.
No,
he's in government.
All of us are government.
No, I'm not in government.
You are not in government. You are not a Nigerian citizen.
No, I'm not in government. I'm a citizen of Nigeria. I'm feeling the pinch as much as
who isn't feeling the pinch?
I'm feeling the pinch as much as the cameraman. I believe me.
Let me answer. You haven't allowed me to answer the question.
If this president returns fuel back to 167 naira as he met it a year ago, believe me, I'll issue a statement commending him.
Okay. Let Daniel, we've got 2 minutes left.
Yes.
You've got a minute, and then we'll give him a minute.
So it is easy to say we want the federal government to restore the sale of the fuel to 150. But we expect a more diligent discussion along that line to talk about the facts behind it. That if the government is going to bring back subsidy, where will the government secure the $2 billion monthly to back up the naira and then to subsidize? These are facts. For the government to do that, the government must generate $22 billion annually. The government doesn't do that. And the other way to deal with that is for the government to increase the output production of oil to 3.2 million. For the federal government to be able to generate that output, the federal government will have to invest 50 billion to generate the output. Now,
very quickly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So because
10 seconds.
When people say return the subsidy without bringing to the Nigerian people facts along that, it is easy to use catchphrase, rhymes, and popular.
Giving these people those.
said that.
Final word.
He said the government. Where would the government see the money? Where did the government see the 150 billion to buy the jet?
Yeah, that's
where did the government see the money to buy all the brand new jeeps? More than 1,000 jeeps. 2024 jeeps. Where did the government see the money? Where did the government see the money to fund all? Yesterday I was in Lagos, or 2 days ago. I saw Akpabio driving. He first came in a convoy. He passed my Uber. Then he went into the presidential wing.
Have an issue with Akpabio,
yes, he went into the presidential wing, and before our flight took off, I saw him flying one of the presidential jets.
Well, just round off very quickly.
Yeah,
what's the point?
So the point is, the government cannot find money to subsidize,
and yet they can find money to spend on themselves.
Yes, the government can find money to fund the expensive lifestyle.
And the government found money
and also the government can find money to also fund the extravagant lifestyle of politicians.
On that note, gentlemen,
For over a decade, this has been the birthplace of innovation. Innocent Vehicles is a testament to resilience, employing international best practices to create more than just a car. Every vehicle here tells a story of durability, fuel economy and safety. Crafted with the African spirit, the Nigerian heart. These vehicles surrounding me embody the unique concept of regionalization, each one designed to cater to the tastes and preferences of our people. From the streets in Nigeria to the terrains of the Sahara, these vehicles are designed for our roads, for our people. This is more than a vehicle. It's a symbol of our progress, our resilience, our collective success story. Your feedback drives us to continuously innovate and improve. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.